Is a doctor, and here are some of the things that she has banned from our household because they cause cancer and infertility. So starting off, we have Starbucks. I'm not allowed to have Starbucks anymore. She never takes me there. We don't get gift cards anymore because Starbucks actually has a chemical called VOCs inside of their drinks. It is heavily linked to cancer and infertility. No longer allowed to go to Starbucks. Second thing is Lululemon and Shein. Their clothing contains PFAs, and PFAs are forever chemicals, and the reason why they're called forever chemicals because they stay inside of your body once they get in and they do not come out. Really linked to cancer and infertility, so not allowed to have Lululemon or Shein clothing anymore. Final thing is Colgate toothpaste. Colgate toothpaste has been found to have heavy amounts of lead inside of it, and we have to buy a different brand now. We used to use Colgate like all the time, but that's no longer allowed in our house. Want to know how to go file for all these lawsuits? You can go to claimmoney.com. It's a website that you just look up and you can get money back from all of these actually since they're being sued. You can also find a bunch more lawsuits that you were probably eligible for.
Okay, guys, so as you can see, what we're about to jump into. Now, welcome to Butterflies and Tea. My name is Olympia Tates. We're going to jump right back in. But briefly before we do, guys, I want to thank all of my new subscribers. I appreciate you so much. And you guys just don't know how excited I am to be at the number that I'm at, even though it's not a lot. But for me, it's a lot. So I appreciate you guys. And we're going to jump back in and see what else we've got going on, guys. Come on into the channel, beautiful butterflies. Welcome on into my channel.
Chick-fil-A has now become the latest restaurant that has a lot of explaining to do. And why do I say that? Because a woman, while on her lunch break, stopped in at a Chick-fil-A to get herself a chicken sandwich. Just something simple, a bite to eat, so to speak, for lunch. She noticed when she bit into the chicken, the texture was kind of off. And the chicken is now being labeled by many as spaghetti meat. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, have a look at this video for yourself. Check it out.
I was really giving Chick-fil-A another chance, but their texture has been disgusting. I took the first bite and I couldn't even get the fucking chicken apart.
Oh my God.
Just have a look at that right there. Does that look normal to you?
Okay, sorry guys, but yeah, no, that don't look normal at all. And I'm sorry, I don't think I would want to eat that. Now, again, that's up to anybody else, but would you guys be eating something that looked like that? Leave it in the comments, please.
And that's the term right there that people are now labeling a lot of fast food products as spaghetti meat. Just take a look at that separation right there. It's all gooey and gluey. It's just gross. So I guess...
Now, if I didn't already say, guys, all of this is alleged, entertainment purposes only, and educational as well. Now, if you guys have been following certain things in the media, so on and so forth, they have been talking about glued meat that was like, either it's lab grown or either they're gluing stuff together, like the meats. And so maybe that's what they're saying here, because I mean, why would it look like that?
My question to you is, when was the last time you visited a Chick-fil-A? Did you have any concerns about the quality of the meat? Did you come across exactly what this young lady did? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Definitely no, I have not. And this young man is going to tell us about the lab-grown meat, guys.
How you completely avoid lab-grown meat. Send this to whoever gets the groceries, or if that's you, listen up. They don't just tell you it's lab-grown meat on the label. You have to understand that they're going to use sneaky wording. They want people to buy it. There's a lot of people that know about lab-grown meat, and they say it's not touching my mouth. But be careful, because if you don't know to look for the words, you're going to eat it. So it's not very hard. All you got to look for is these three words. You got to look for cultured meat, cultivated meat, cell-based meat, or any variation of those three. If it has any of those words in the label, I guarantee you that shit is lab grown. Don't let these people deceive you and give you fake food.
Parents, grandparents, guardians in general, okay? If you're a Walmart shopper and your baby likes these nuggets, Walmart ain't saying nothing, so I'm gonna use my platform to tell you. Whether you shop at Walmart or not, you know, you have a picky eater, kids love what they love. Anyway, if your child has eaten these nuggets and you've noticed whether they're potty trained or not potty trained yet, if you open that pull up or that diaper or you check where they're using the bathroom, the poop is at the bottom and it looks like somebody poured water on the top. Take your baby to the ER and get tested for salmonella or anything viral going on, because something is wrong with these nuggets and ain't nobody saying nothing. Walmart ain't issued a recall. They are saying nothing. So I'ma be the first to tell you, stop buying these for your babies. Something is wrong with these nuggets and they ain't telling. So many babies sick with really bad diarrhea. Some of them have, thrown up or whatever. And I can speak on it because my son got sick from eating them, and I've talked about it with other moms. Yeah, Walmart ain't said nothing. Don't buy them nuggets.
Mm. Now, you guys let me know in the comments, have you guys had any of those issues with if you even purchase these nuggets and have your children, if you have them, children, have you all had this issue with your children? Leave it in the comments, please, and thank you.
The oxtail from Italy, they said the kangaroo, the oxtail from Australia
Now, if y'all haven't already heard, they're saying that people have actually been eating oxtail, or rather kangaroo tail versus oxtail, and they just didn't even know it. So we're going to let you guys get into this a little bit more so you guys can get the description of what you probably should and should not be eating if you still want to eat supposedly oxtails instead of kangaroo tails.
People kangaroo and I thought, well, it's oxtail. Yo, them people are wicked, this man. Jesus Christ. So the one with the star, them in it?
Kangaroo.
Is kangaroo. And the one them with the circle and the part.
I don't eat oxtails.
So the lady just tell me.
Do you all eat oxtails? Leave it in the comments.
So up here, kangaroo, them people there, that's crazy.
That's a lot, my people.
That is
My
crazy
people.
though.
You know, say from the other day, I hear a lot of people that talk about this oxtail and this kangaroo tail thing. And to be honest with you, I work as a butcher at my job. I'm a meat cutter for my job, and believe it or not, I was doing some oxtail today, and like them said, the kangaroo tail have that star thing and the oxtail only have that round thing in the middle. And trust me, it's the first time I really ever noticed it. So my people, if you really want real oxtail, and have to come check me at my place, because we are see a whole kangaroo tail at one, and the kangaroo tail have the star shape.
Kangaroo tail. Alright, me I go show you the difference with oxtail and kangaroo tail. So, this a kangaroo tail. Notice, you see right here, so?
Look like a star.
The end part them, or you see it pointed. That's how you find out, say, it's kangaroo tail. Oxtail no stay so. Oxtail is round. Notice, you see how right that's a round? You notice how that's a round? Why do you just eat some... I need some bumbleclot explanation. No kangaroo tail dish we I eat on Sunday dinner for oxtail. What the bumbleclot?
And these are the top 6 worst bottled waters in 2026. Oh, yeah. Now, I gave y'all a list before, but now it's been updated because we 6 months in right now. You see what I'm saying? We halfway through the years about now. I think almost 6. Are we 5? No, we about to be 6. Okay, somewhere around there.
We're in 6 now.
June will be 6, right? Okay.
Today's June the 11th.
Halfway through because it's 12 of them in the year. Bye. So these are the top 6 worst bottled waters in 2026. Number 1, Mountain Valley Spring Water. Now, you remember that was one of the top ones before, right? Okay. Yeah, with a 50 out of 100, with very high levels of arsenic, 40 times the recommended guideline. 40 times the recommended guideline of arsenic, now they say. Where y'all at? Tap the screen, shut the live. Where y'all at? Now, let's get in here now. Number 2, Topo Chico, with a 38 out of 100, has the highest level of PFAS and or forever chemicals of any bottled water. I ain't never see Topo Chico.
Now, I don't know if you guys have Topo Chico where you all are, but I do. And I actually was drinking that water. Like, I was drinking that water because, it's not horrible, but, I like it. It's pretty good. They have a couple different flavors. Let me know in the comments, guys. Do you have that where you are again? And have you tried it?
So, I don't know where they even sell that at. But, hey, stay away from it. Wherever they sell it at, you don't want
I haven't drank it for a while.
Number 3, Essentia. Now I see plenty of that. With a 10 out of 100.
I haven't even heard of that.
With trihylomethanes and forever chemicals, bromate, and even phthalates. So that's what's in Essentia. Number 4, Kirkland Signature Water with a 41 out of 100. Because it has 9 times the legal limit of trihylomethanes,
Jesus, and
which
I
can
do
endanger
drink that water.
your reproductive system. Once again, we talking about having them babies. Now here we go with the water tainting the babies. You see what I'm saying? You tainting the womb that babies is coming out of. Wah! You dig what I'm saying? Number 5, Walmart spring water with a 25 out of 100. And has 10 times the recommended amount of radium 226 and 228 and high amounts of bromate. It's the water we ingesting, baby. You drinking every day now. You sip, sip. When you sipping on now. Number 6.
And that's why I said we can't eat anything. We can't drink anything. It's like, what in the HELL? It's crazy. Like, and I can remember at one time, like things were not the way that it is in the sense of like all the stuff that's in the food today. And maybe it was, and we just didn't realize maybe it was smaller amounts or something. I'm not sure. I maybe need to do a little bit more investigation on that. But you guys leave it in the comments for me if you guys know any difference in that, in the sense of like, when we actually started actually having like major chemicals in our food and our drinks and our products period that we use or take into our body.
Fiji water with a 25 out of 100 with heavy metal content in the water. Like my mama used to say, something in the milk ain't clean, something in the water ain't clean.
Exactly.
Ain't the milk, now it's the water, baby. Something in the water ain't
Right.
clean. That's all I'm saying. That's why you get you a filter and you filter it on out. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all thought they was doing it for you. All they doing is bottling tap water anyway and putting a tax on it for you. And you spending it up.
Right.
Yeah. Or
Now, allegedly, guys, I'm sorry to keep butting in, but I did a previous video too, but it was about Louisiana. No, I'm sorry. Let's just say this. People were drinking water from the place where people were unalived. I'm just gonna say Oscarville. Go watch that video.
buying water that's been stored in the warehouse, they're putting plastic all in your system. Either one. Get you a filter, people. Get you a filter.
Do you know what the most dangerous drink in the world is for your kidneys? 99% of people are drinking this and don't even think twice. It's not alcohol and it's not soda. What I'm about to share with you is something that people chug every single day. They actually think this is helping them get through their day. The kidneys are the most overworked and underappreciated organs in the body. These little miracle organs filter out 200 quarts of water per day. They pull out toxins, balance minerals, and regulate your hormones. When they are stressed and overworked, everything in your body starts to break down. Here's the crazy part. Many people are putting so much stress on their kidneys and don't even know it. They're starting to get tired all the time. Their feet and ankles are starting to swell. Blood pressure is starting to go up, getting brain fog and skin issues. People think it's age, but it's not. It's your kidneys. So what's the most dangerous drink for your kidneys? What's the thing almost everyone grabs for when they're tired, exhausted, stressed, and just need a boost? It's loaded with stimulant, artificial colors, and sweeteners. And a chemical cocktail strong enough to give your adrenal glands a panic attack. It's a drink that spikes your insulin, causes your kidneys to filter out more junk than they were designed to, leaves you more tired when it wears off, and here's the worst part. When people are feeling this crash, they grab for another hit. The most dangerous drink in the world for your kidneys is energy drinks. Stimulants, sugar, and insulin spikes are stress bombs to your kidneys. If you want natural energy that will keep your blood sugar and insulin levels low and protect your kidneys, which helped me go from this to this, comment energy and I'll get you the information.
Now, do you guys drink energy drinks? Leave it in the comments for me. I don't do energy drinks. I know at one point my husband was like, I think he had got some a few times, like working, you need a little pick me up. And I was like, oh no, we're not about to do energy drinks at all. And more so because it was a health thing, because I remember at that point they were talking about other issues with them. So yeah, no, we're not doing any energy drinks here.
Yeast out of a goddamn 5,000-year-old mommy. Yeast out of a 5,000-year-old mommy. No, they ain't just throw the yeast away or just use it for some goddamn research purposes.
Right.
They made some bread with it. They made some sourdough bread. Some nasty. And I mean some nasty. Why would you do that?
Right.
You mean to tell me you found this old ass mummy and was like, you know what we can do with this shit?
Make some bread.
We can make some bread. We can make some bread. This
Right.
makes it even more concerning
Yeah.
what they actually putting in the food out here.
And again, guys, as I said, if y'all are keeping up with me, y'all riding with me when y'all come in here, and if you fully watch these videos, I know they're long and it takes a little time to get through them sometimes, but it's because I want you guys to know what is going on. Like some things we have more eyesight on in a sense that we're worried about other things that are going on versus some other things that we should be paying attention to, because when they have all this other stuff in our face, we're not seeing the bigger picture of things. We're more focused on all of the hot gossip, you know, with whatever's going on outside of all of this stuff. So let's jump back in here, guys. But pay attention, guys, because again, the other videos that I did, it was talking about something similar to this, but a little bit different. Go watch it.
There is really no hope for humanity. You found a mummy, 5,000 years old, got the yeast, and made some bread. Cut the bread up, serve the bread. Y'all nasty. Y'all nasty.
Restaurant 1. Chipotle. Chipotle enters 2026 still dealing with the aftermath of their food safety crisis that never really ended. While the company paid massive fines and promised reforms, recent violations show the fundamental problems have not been solved. And new issues are emerging that make Chipotle a risky choice. Health inspection data from late 2025 and earlier 2026 shows Chipotle locations nationwide continue to accumulate violations at rates significantly higher than competitors.
Yep,
Temperature
they sure
control
do.
failures, cross-contamination issues, employee hygiene violations. The patterns that caused previous outbreaks are still present. Outbreak patterns still present in 2026, but here's what makes 2026 particularly concerning for Chipotle. The company is facing a new wave of lawsuits alleging food poisoning incidents. Multiple customers across different states reported severe illness after eating at Chipotle in late 2025. Testing linked several cases to norovirus, the same pathogen involved in previous Chipotle outbreaks. Former employees describe working conditions in 2026 that are worse than before the crisis. Understaffing has reached critical levels as Chipotle tries to control labor costs. When you have 2 employees trying to manage lunch rush for 50 customers, food safety protocols get skipped. There is no time to properly wash hands, change gloves, or monitor temperatures. 2 employees managing 50 customers. Restaurant 2. Subway. Subway enters 2026 in crisis mode. The chain has been closing hundreds of locations as customers abandon.
I'm gonna pause briefly, guys, before it slips my mind, but for allegedly Chipotle, now I have heard of some people saying that literally most of the food that they have, whatever they have not finished before that night was over and like they're closed up, all that gets refrigerated and it gets re-put back out. And then like the cycle repeats. So and then with Subway, you know, all alleged guys, with Subway, they were saying that like they're leaving like it's stuff sometimes it's expired and things of that nature, and then they're still like obviously giving it to their customers. I don't eat Subway anymore. And Chipotle, I was eating that maybe about a couple months ago until like I heard someone actually tell me that used to work there, and I was like, oh no, I'm not eating there anymore. So then again, that begs to differ of does it matter where we really eat at anymore?
In the brand. But the closures are not solving the underlying problems. The remaining locations are dealing with quality and safety issues that make Subway a restaurant to avoid. Recent health inspection reports show Subway locations with violations involving expired food being served, improper refrigeration temperatures, and employees not following hygiene protocols. The pattern
Same.
of violations has intensified as the company cuts costs to stay afloat. Violations intensified as company cuts costs. The tuna scandal that began years ago continues to haunt Subway in
I remember
2026.
that.
Despite court cases and investigations, the company has never proven what is actually in the tuna. Independent testing continues to find DNA from
Now, y'all leave me in the comments. Do y'all still eat Subway, and do you eat their tuna and or anything from there at all? Period.
species other than tuna. That tuna sandwich you are eating contains mystery fish that Subway cannot or will not identify.
Say
Former
no.
Subway employees report that quality standards have collapsed. Vegetables sit out far longer than policy allows. Meat products are used past expiration dates. The pressure to reduce waste means serving food that should be discarded. When a company is
Say
fighting for survival, food safety becomes secondary. Food safety becomes secondary to survival. The bread that Subway is known for has its own problems in 2026. Testing found that the bread contains levels of added sugar that classify it as cake in some countries. The supposedly healthy sandwich option is loaded with sugar, preservatives, and dough conditioners that have no business being in bread.
Yeah, did a
Subway's
video on
franchise
that.
model means quality varies wildly by location. Corporate oversight has diminished as the company struggles financially. Many Subway locations are owned by franchisees who are barely breaking even. When owners are desperate, they cut corners everywhere. Desperate owners cut corners everywhere. The vegetables that sit in bins all day present contamination risks. Former employees describe produce that is not properly washed, bins that are not cleaned between refills, and vegetables served days after preparation. Cross-contamination is constant as the same gloved hands touch everything. At $8 to $13 per sandwich, Subway is not even cheap anymore. You are eating at a dying chain where quality has collapsed, tuna contains mystery ingredients, and locations are understaffed and poorly maintained. The closures happening in 2026 should tell you everything you need to know.
Restaurant chains you should probably skip in 2026. 10. Subway customers complain about rising prices, declining ingredient quality, and poor value, with many saying local delis and rivals now offer far better sandwiches for the money. 9. Long John Silver's reviews frequently cite overly greasy food, freezer-burned seafood, and cleanliness concerns, making freshness a major red flag in recent years. 8. KFC. Diners report inconsistent quality, locations running out of chicken, greasy flavors, and higher prices despite better fried chicken options elsewhere.
Now, I will say I live in Virginia, and I won't say the actual area, but I live in Virginia, and I and my mother had went, this is a couple of years ago, and actually recently she said, you know, they stopped eating there because every time they went, the chicken was not properly cooked through, or even so that they had, you know, little thingies running around. I won't say they weren't, but they were other things. And so, and even one time when I and her had went, and I was feeding my face, all alleged, guys. And when I was eating this, I got almost like halfway through, and I seen something in my, and it wasn't alive anymore, but I was like, oh my gosh. And of course, you know, from that day forward, I was like, I'm good. I don't want any more. So, and this is a KFC Taco Bell. And I was doing the taco side, but again, the chicken side was not good either. Again, not properly cooked.
7. Pizza Hut. Once iconic dine-in locations now feel like bare-bones takeout counters, while customers complain about bland pizza, uneven cooking, and inflated prices. 6.
At one point,
Burger King, slow drive-through service, inconsistent food quality by location, and a stagnant breakfast menu continue to frustrate customers compared to competitors. 5. Wendy's ongoing store closures, staffing shortages, and wildly uneven food quality have made consistency a serious concern heading into 2026. 4. Olive Garden. Diners increasingly describe the menu as boring and...
Guys, leave me in the comments. Let me know if you guys have eaten at any of these places. I have not eaten at a lot of these places for quite some time. And of course, I'll let you know the ones that I have or have not.
Overpriced, with frequent complaints about watery pasta and declining overall quality. 3. Applebee's. The chain's reputation for microwaved, prepackaged food and understaffed dining rooms has led many to view it as convenient but low quality. 2. Panera Bread prices rival sit-down restaurants, while customers say portions are smaller and food feels bland, reheated.
Yeah, now I will mention that because I'm sorry, guys, to keep pausing on you guys, but like I did recently have Panera, like maybe I'll say almost a month ago. It's my birthday, the 2nd of this month. We're in June. So last month I had it because I had used my birthday reward for a little, like a little snack or something, but I purchased a drink. But before that purchase, I had actually, just before that, I had purchased, like, I think it was the BLT that they have or something. And literally, I was like, where's the bacon at? Like, it was like barely anything on there. I was just like, what did I just spend my money on, you know? So yeah, they're right about that. Now, any other, like, I really don't eat a lot of Panera food because I've seen them like just like heating it in like a little convectional oven. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Are not worth the cost. 1. Golden Corral. Recent reviews highlight poor food freshness, cleanliness issues, chaotic dining rooms, and repeated reports of diners feeling unwell afterward.
Has poured over
Yeah, because you got all those people breathing over it.
Keep breaking the rules and can make you sick. One of those restaurants was just closed by state inspectors after failing its latest inspection just today.
But here's what they conveniently forget to mention. Their chicken nuggets? Frozen. The fish? Frozen solid. Most proteins that aren't beef arrive rock hard and sit in warming drawers for hours before hitting your tray. That famous Frosty you've been ordering since childhood contains over 15 ingredients. One of them is cellulose gum. Sounds fancy until you realize it's literally processed wood pulp. They use it as a thickener. You're essentially eating dessert with tree fiber mixed in. Now this next part genuinely surprised me. Their chili recipe starts with hamburger patties that sat on the grill too long. Overcooked burgers that couldn't be served get tossed into a pot, rehydrated, and become tomorrow's special. Waste not, want
And mind
not, I
y'all,
suppose.
they
A
sell
large
chili every single day, all day of the year.
chocolate Frosty packs 82 grams of sugar. That's like ripping open 20 sugar packets and dumping them straight down your throat. Your dentist just felt a disturbance in the force. And the lettuce? Multiple E. Coli outbreaks have been traced directly back to Wendy's. In 2022 alone, 109 people got sick across 6 states. All from salad greens. Those bagged greens arrive pre-washed. Sounds clean enough. Except the refrigeration units storing them frequently fail temperature compliance checks. Fresh beef, sure. But everything surrounding it tells a very different story. Speaking of misleading labels, wait until you hear what's actually inside Taco Bell's seasoned beef. A few months ago, I had no idea what a health ring even was until my fiancé got me one, and I have to say, I'm shocked this isn't a widely known and used product. It tracks my stress levels, and what I found out is that
They're
some
very
supplements
expensive,
made my
though.
stress score spike, while others actually helped bring it down. I adjusted a few things based on that, and honestly, I feel 10 years younger. Stretching
That's
me
good to
like your
know.
grandma stretched leftovers during the Depression. And they got sued for it. A law firm
Mhm.
claimed Taco Bell couldn't legally call it beef. Taco Bell won, but only because the USDA requires just 40% meat to use that term.
Right.
40%. That's a low bar to clear. But
It
here's
is.
what gets me. A single Nachos Bel Grande packs
Ooh, I used to
1,350
tear them
milligrams of
things
sodium.
down.
That's more than half your daily limit in what looks like a modest snack.
I haven't had
You'd
one
need to
for a
drink a
while.
gallon of water
Long
just to
time.
process it. The nacho cheese sauce? It comes in bags. Industrial bags that
Yep,
sit in warming
I've seen
units
that.
at 140 degrees for up to 5 hours. Former employees call it the orange mystery. Fair enough. Those beans aren't what you think either. They arrive as dehydrated flakes. Just add hot water, stir, and suddenly you've got refried beans. My
Damn.
grandmother would weep.
Food
Right.
travels from kitchen to car on an open tray, carried by a teenager on roller skates, through a parking lot filled with exhaust fumes, flying insects, and whatever else is floating around. Appetizing mental image, right? But here's what really should concern you. Sonic's ice machines are bacterial nightmares.
I bet.
Independent lab tests found their ice contained more bacteria than toilet water. Not
Ooh.
once, multiple times.
Ooh.
Those machines rarely get deep cleaned because, surprise, nobody
Nobody
wants
wants
that
to do
job.
it.
Now
Mhm.
let's talk sugar.
Now, let's say that they're not the only ones because I've heard this a few years ago where they were talking about a lot of the restaurants, like the fast food chains that you go to and you get the ice, that the ice is really not as clean as you think. It's like all this bacteria and just is nasty because, again, they don't clean them. And if they do, they're not cleaning them properly. So, maybe that's why some people be like, let me get this drink, but not the ice. But some people love the ice more than they love the drink, and they get a lot of ice. And I'm one of those people sometimes, depending on where I go.
A large cherry limeade dumps 108 grams of sugar into your system. That's nearly 3 times what you should consume in an entire day. In one
Dang.
drink. They're hot dogs? They float in warming water for hours,
Ugh.
sometimes all day. That lukewarm bath is basically a
Bacteria.
bacteria spa resort. And the
Yeah.
company culture tells you everything. Sonic has
Mhm.
faced lawsuits over wage theft. When a chain cuts corners with employees, guess where else they're cutting corners?
Food.
20% of tested locations had critical health violations in 2023 alone. Speaking of places where chaos meets questionable hygiene, Waffle House has no secrets. The grill sits right there.
Oh, I love the
You
Waffle
can
House.
watch
Haven't been
every
for a
egg
long
crack,
time.
every patty sizzle. Sounds reassuring, right?
Mhm.
Here's what
But
that
it's
open kitchen also means. Every cough from the drunk guy at 3 a.m.,
Yep.
drifting right over your hash browns. Every fly that wanders through the front door, it's got a clear flight path to your plate.
Yeah, right.
Those famous scattered and smothered hash browns
One of my
soak up grease
favorites.
from flat tops that might not see a proper scrub between the late-night chaos and the early bird crowd. 4 hours apart. Same cooking surface. And speaking of the late-night crowd, when your restaurant becomes the unofficial headquarters for post-bar dining, cleanliness takes a hit. Overwhelmed staff can't mop up every spilled beer and mystery substance before the next wave hits.
Right, because
One
they're
Georgia
always crowded.
location got cited for an actual live opossum inside.
Oh,
During
wow.
business hours, just hanging out like a furry little health inspector who definitely wasn't passing anybody.
Now, how in the hell did a possum get? Oh, my
The turnover
gosh.
rate means your cook might be on day 2 of training. Now let's talk about meat that arrives in a very unusual form. That famous Arby's roast beef?
I don't eat them.
It doesn't arrive as a roast.
I remember being a young girl and one of my best friends being younger, and I won't say her name because if she sees this, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Her mom used to work there, and her mother, I remember, would always bring them home. And when I would go over to visit, her mom would always bring extra, and so she'd be like, "Oh, do you want it?" I'm like, "No, I'm good," because I didn't eat roast beef. I didn't like the way that it looked, and I'm just like, "No, I'm good."
Roast. It shows up as a compressed meat log. Looks like a floppy pink brick. The stuff gets slow cooked, then sliced. Sounds almost reasonable until you learn what holds it together. Sodium phosphates, water-retaining additives that plump up the weight. You're basically paying beef prices for seasoned water. And those slicers that cut your fresh meat?
Nasty.
Health inspectors have found them caked with dried residue.
Yeah.
Perfect little petri dishes for listeria.
Ugh.
But here's what really got me. That Bronco berry sauce everyone loves dunking their
Don't know what it
sliders in?
is.
Check the ingredients. After water, the main component is high fructose corn syrup. Your dip.
Now, I will say the only thing that I ever did get from Arby's, they used to have market sandwiches. Like, I think it was like a turkey bacon ranch or something market sandwich. Comment if you guys have had it or know what I'm talking about. I would get those, and I love their potato cakes. And that was pretty much the only thing I would ever really get from there. So I never really Arby's is not my tea. Just they don't have a big selection for me.
Dipping processed meat into flavored sugar. Former employees spill an uncomfortable truth. That sliced fresh meat, often pre-cut hours before you order, sitting uncovered, drying out, collecting whatever's floating through the kitchen air. One order of loaded curly fries packs 1,030 calories, 59 grams of fat.
Yeah.
That's a side dish doing the damage of 2 meals.
Right.
Speaking of seafood doing damage, Long John Silver's holds a record nobody wants.
Don't eat there.
52% of locations failed health inspections in comprehensive studies. That's worse than every other major fast food chain in America.
Wow.
But the food itself? Somehow worse than the kitchens. Their Big Catch meal earned the title Worst Meal in America from nutrition researchers. 33 grams of trans fat. In one sitting, your heart literally shudders reading that number. Here's the trick they pull. That fish is battered so heavily, you're eating more fried flour than actual seafood.
I believe it.
Peel away the coating, and
And
there's
you barely
barely
got any
anything
fish.
left.
Yep.
It's like buying a gift where the wrapping paper costs more than what's inside.
Yep.
And that fryer oil?
Facts.
Inspectors have found it degraded into thick, dark sludge.
Ooh.
Some locations hadn't changed it in weeks.
My Lord.
You're essentially eating fish cooked in motor oil's distant cousin. The chain has collapsed from over 1,500 locations
And they
to under
have.
600.
We got
Customers figured it out. Those hush puppies pack more calories than a McDonald's cheeseburger.
They taste like it too.
Zero nutritional value. Speaking of comfort food hiding dangerous secrets, Cracker Barrel wants you to believe Grandma's in the back,
Never ate
making
there.
everything from scratch. She's not. Those famous biscuits? Frozen.
Frozen.
Shipped in and baked on site. The home-style magic is marketing, not reality. But here's where it gets dangerous. Their hash brown casserole packs 850 calories and 2,100 milligrams of sodium. One
Dang.
side dish. That's almost your entire day's salt intake before you've touched your eggs.
Right.
And speaking of eggs, the Country Boy breakfast delivers 1,940 calories. That's
Dang.
breakfast doing the work of 3 meals. Your pants feel tighter just reading that. Health inspectors have caught country ham sitting at unsafe temperatures during those packed Sunday brunches. You know the scene. Families lined up out the door. Kitchen overwhelmed. Food sitting way too long. Here's something weird. Their gift shop products sit right next to food prep areas. Candles and cornbread sharing the same air. Cross-contamination waiting to happen. The chains also faced multiple discrimination lawsuits. When management cuts corners on people, they cut corners everywhere.
Everything, yeah.
Now, let's talk about a burger that could genuinely stop your heart. They call it the Monster Thick Burger. That name isn't marketing hype. It's a warning label. 1,300 calories, 93 grams of fat, 2,860 milligrams of sodium. That's more salt than you should eat in an entire day.
Yeah.
Wrapped in paper, handed through a window. Your cardiologist would faint, but here's what Hardee's and Carl's Jr. don't advertise. Their beef contains higher fat content than most competitors. It's not flavor, it's filler. Grease covering up quality problems. And those famous biscuits? Former employees say they come from powdered mix. Not grandma's recipe. Just add water and marketing. Health inspectors have repeatedly caught workers handling ready-to-eat food without gloves. Your burger touched bare hands before it touched your mouth. Their breakfast burritos hit 900 calories. Before noon, one item. The worst part? This chain helped normalize monster portions across the entire industry. They made obscene seem normal. Now, let's visit a buffet that's been slowly dying, and taking food safety standards with it. Shoney's used to have
Shoney's. Now that brings a smile to my face, you guys, because Shoney's we used to have around years ago. I was born in the 80s, guys, early 80s. And so at that point, Shoney's was around, baby. Okay, they was attached to a hotel, and everybody would go to Shoney's after they done went out and did what they did, and they would go to Shoney's and they would eat. So, but we don't got no Shoney's no more. I don't even like. It's been years, and I do mean years, but like since we haven't had Shoney's. Let me think. It was way before 2000. Yeah, it's like I don't even know the year. I have to look that up, y'all. But let's get back into this. I got excited for a second. I'm sorry.
over 1,800 locations. Now, fewer than 100 survive.
Yeah.
And those survivors are barely hanging on. Here's what happens when a buffet chain slowly dies. Corporate oversight vanishes. Quality control becomes a suggestion. The remaining restaurants operate on skeleton crews who can barely keep the lights on, let alone maintain food safety standards. Health inspectors have discovered refrigeration units failing across multiple locations. Dairy products sitting at 50 degrees. Meat hovering in that bacterial sweet spot where germs throw parties. But the real problem? The pressure to reduce waste. Former employees describe being told to extend buffet food far beyond safe time limits. That mac and cheese has been sitting there for 4 hours. Keep it. Those scrambled eggs look suspicious.
Y'all was trying to get people
Add
sick
some
for
fresh ones
sure.
on top to hide them.
They out there just both ways. Like, no, y'all was really trying to hurt somebody. Like, are you serious? And see, we like again, I said years ago we didn't have to worry about a lot of this stuff, and maybe we did, and it just wasn't talked about. But
Nobody's watching anymore. That's the danger. The chain's aging infrastructure makes matters worse. Equipment from the 1980s trying to meet 21st century safety standards. It doesn't work. Now let's talk about a chain that didn't just make people sick. They killed children. 1993. 4 children dead. over 700 people violently ill. The culprit? Undercooked hamburgers from Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
This wasn't some freak accident. The company knew their cooking temperatures were dangerously low. Health officials had warned them. They ignored it.
Of
See?
course.
E. coli dies at 155 degrees.
Mhm.
Jack in the Box was cooking burgers at 140.
Oh, wow.
That 15-degree difference?
Ugh.
It killed kids.
Mm.
The youngest victim was just 17 months old.
Aw.
After the lawsuits and the public outrage, you'd think they'd become the safest chain in America.
I've never eaten there.
Right? Well, here's what's frustrating. Decades later, health inspectors still catch Jack in the Box locations with improper cooking temperatures.
Mm.
The very thing that killed those children. And their
So
menu?
they ain't learned their lesson pretty much and don't care.
Still pushing
That's crazy.
boundaries of absurdity.
I gotta step
They're
away for a
stacked
moment,
grilled
guys.
cheeseburger clocks in at 1,580 calories. Because apparently, learning from tragedy doesn't extend to portion sizes. Their late-night hours make things worse. Skeleton crews, tired employees, minimal oversight. But at least they didn't slowly abandon their restaurants like the next chain did. Steak and Shake used to mean something. Fresh ground beef, hand-dipped milkshakes, real food made in front of you. Now, walking into most locations feels like visiting a dying mall. Flickering lights, sticky tables, one overwhelmed employee doing the job of 5. Since 2018, hundreds of locations have vanished. The ones still standing, often running on fumes. Here's what hurts. Those famous steak burgers that made them iconic? Many locations now use preformed patties. Same name, completely different product. Health inspectors have documented dirty equipment, food stored wrong, and employees showing up sick because there's literally nobody else to cover their shift. Their 24-hour restaurants are the real nightmare. Picture this, 2 a.m., one teenager running an entire building, cooking, cleaning, taking orders, handling money, all at once.
Mm.
Food safety? That becomes optional real fast.
Yeah.
The milkshakes tell the whole story. Once hand-dipped from real ice cream. Now, soft-serve mix squirted from a machine. But declining standards look almost charming compared to what's happening at the next chain's rotisserie ovens. Boston Market built its entire
We don't have those
reputation
anymore either.
on one thing.
They're gone.
Rotisserie chicken spinning slowly behind glass, looking golden and perfect. Looks can be deceiving. Those beautiful birds. They sit under heat lamps way longer than you'd want to know. The outside starts cooling down while the inside stays warm. That's bacteria's favorite playground.
Yeah.
Health inspectors have nailed them repeatedly for temperature control problems. The carved meats that look so fresh, often sitting in what food safety experts call the danger zone. Here's the real kicker. Their home-style sides aren't home-style at all. Those mashed potatoes? Frozen, then microwaved. That macaroni and cheese? Same story. Grandma would be offended. And when chickens get too old to sell whole, they don't get tossed. They become chicken
Some
salad,
salad.
or pot pie filling.
Oh.
Creative recycling, I guess. The chain dropped from 1,100 locations to under 350. Less stores means less corporate oversight. Less oversight means more corners getting cut. Speaking of cutting corners, Hooters has turned it into an art form. Hooters wants you to believe the wings are the real draw. Sure they are. But here's the thing. Those famous wings? They arrive frozen and pre-cooked. The kitchen just dunks them in fryers filled with oil that's seen better days. Health inspectors have found that oil so degraded it's basically liquid regret. And the cross-contamination issues? Raw chicken stored directly above ready-to-eat foods. That's not a rookie mistake. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Order 20 wings, and you're consuming over 2,000 calories, 5,000 milligrams of sodium. Your blood pressure just spiked reading that sentence. The weird part is how they prioritize the dining room over the kitchen. Spotless tables, questionable food prep areas. It's like washing your car while the engine's on fire. Former employees say food sits in warming drawers forever during slow periods. No discard times, no standards, just hope. The chains dropped from 450 locations to under 300. People
We only ever
finally
had one where
realized
we live
mediocre
in
wings
Virginia
aren't worth the gamble.
that I know of.
So there you have it. 15 chains serving food that's more risk than reward. Choose wisely.
Sounds like there is no choice.
This shit is real, what they say. Watch this. Get these ingredients, bro.
Now, I thought you guys would find this interesting considering the fact that there's literally so much going on with our food products that now this young man here had found this other young man that was talking about kosher foods, which everybody's heard about kosher foods, but do we really know what they are is the question. Obviously, they're just simple ingredients like stuff used to be.
Unbleached wheat, flour, water, salt, right? No
If you know,
poison
you
here.
know.
Watch this. Even this.
And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, I think majority of Jewish people, if I'm not mistaken, stick to more kosher foods than anything else. Correct me in the comments, guys, if I'm correct or not.
Check this out. Look at these ingredients. Sulfite-free coconut, invert sugar, tapioca, starch, egg whites.
See?
Super clean foods, bro.
Right.
But only for them.
Right.
Here's another one. Watch this. Look at this. Unbleached wheat, flour, salt, and water. Wow.
Now, I shop at Wegmans sometimes for a client. I do in-home healthcare. And I shop at Wegmans, and Wegmans does carry a kosher food aisle. And a lot of the products I do see, they are more so natural than anything else in that store.
No preservatives, no seed oils. Oh, and look at that.
Now, guys, if you're interested in reading, it's a very short book, brief. You guys can find it on Kindle, Amazon, also my Patreon. And getting back into what we just watched, guys, what do you all think about all of this? And do you guys still eat at restaurants? Are you going to be still eating at restaurants? And if so, which ones are you still going to eat at? Also, the question of the day would be, are you going to be cooking at home from now on? And are you going to be paying attention to the meats that you're buying in the stores when you go in? Because obviously they have those meats that are supposedly not what we should be putting in our bodies either. So at the end of the day, again, is it safe to eat at home? Is it safe to eat in the restaurants? I mean, obviously it seems like it's not safe to eat anything at this point except for the kosher foods, maybe. And that's going to probably be without the meats, you know. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you guys think about this. And that's if you stayed this long. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here and I appreciate you all. Bye, butterflies.